Hello, I'm here to demonstrate my new Wera Joker metric set of combination open end wrench and ratchet closed end. Upon first receiving it, I noticed the box was a very attractive gift giving type box, and upon opening I was very pleased to see the tremendous pouch that came with the set. Now, this pouch is very sturdy, solid, and with a very strong Velcro closing tab. Unrolling the pouch, you've got an assortment of wrenches ranging in size from 8mm up to 19mm. Each one is color coded, and they're finished quite nicely. They each have their own separate pocket with an elastic retaining pocket clip here. And first thing you notice is that they're quite thick, they're quite substantial, which I guess is a testament to the strength. However, given the overall size, fitting into tight spaces is going to be a bit of a challenge, I think. However, it does come with a couple unique features that make tight spaces, if you can get the size of the head of the wrench in, quite useful. First thing I noticed was the wrenches come with a cap over the end, and this is great for when you're driving sort of a blind nut and you have to position the head of the wrench just correctly so without slipping down off the nut. And just to demonstrate here, this little cap right here will hold the wrench from sliding through and sliding downwards, like if you had a long stud, which I thought was really great. If you can see that little lip there, it sits on top of the nut or the bolt and would hold the wrench in the proper position to tighten. Another unique feature is all these little teeth around the open end wrench, which allows you, normally when you use a wrench, you would come in and if you would turn, and when you have to reposition the wrench, you'd have to turn the wrench back 60 degrees to get the next turn. Well, sometimes you're limited and the wrench won't go back. The nice thing about this one is it's got these extra little notches, and you only have to go back 30 degrees to get the next bite on the next bite, which is right there, rather than all the way to there. So this is very useful in a tight space. So there is your stop for wrenching at the first position, rather than going all the way to there. It gives you the option of going from there to there and continuing your tightening. So within 30 degrees swing, which will definitely come in handy when you're limited in the amount of swing you can actually apply with the wrench. On the closed end, tells you the direction of force that you can apply. So if you want to loosen, you would use this side and loosen, and this side you would tighten by flipping the wrench over. So that's fairly straightforward. But the real beautiful feature of this particular ratchet is the number of teeth or ratchet positions. If you listen carefully, you'll see just how much of a turn. Hear each little click? Right there. Just a matter of a couple degrees, maybe 5 degrees, and before you can start tightening again. So if you're really limited, you would turn a bit and then listen. Right there, and you can start tightening again. So you could do this upon infinitum just with this little bit of movement. keep turning the wrench, the bolt you wish to tighten. So overall, tremendous. The only downside is the overall size, the thickness, and the heft of the wrench, but I imagine it'll be quite strong. And for the purpose, it'll be great. They have to be a bit bigger just to incorporate these extra features. So obviously a ratchet end is going to take up more room. So opposed to a standard wrench, you can see how much thicker and robust it is, but this one doesn't have a ratchet. This one does. So when you have room for the ratchet, this will be tremendous. And on the open end, compared to the standard wrench, this one would need to turn 60 degrees before you can gain purchase once again. This one I can go just 30 degrees with each repositioning. Plus, this one doesn't have the little edge to keep it from sliding up or down off the stud, whereas this one does have that little shelf there in the darker gray that you can see. So I hope that helps demonstrate the functionality of this particular wrench set, and I think it's quite ingenious and presented and packaged quite well. Thank you very much.